Hey Cosmic Friend, this is your timeless weekly reading for the week of May 27th to June 2nd, 2024. Quick reminder, this is a collective read. Please use your discernment. If something I say doesn't resonate, leave that out of your interpretation for yourself. This is meant to be a quick look at the week ahead. It may or may not fit perfectly or at all for you. Again, please take what resonates, leave out what doesn't, and enjoy your reading. Beginning of the week, Page of Fire, Playfulness, clarified by Page of Clouds, Mind. What I'm seeing here is the Page of Playfulness is this woman who is embodied into the game of life. She is playing. She's supported by Source. She has her chakras aligned. She's connected to her support, her creativity, her personal power, her love. All of the chakras colors are represented, but she's not even looking down. The clothes are transparent because they're not really important. She is enjoying living, being present, life. Spiritually, I understand things to be that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and the Page of Fire is saying to embody that playing the game of life energy or concept. This card being clarified by Page of Clouds, Mind. The mind is interrupting this enjoyment or this playing of the game of life. In spiritual circles, they say that the mind is meant to be a servant, not the master. You could be worrying, you could be having fears, you could be trying to fix, you could be trying to solve. And what I'm getting for the beginning of this week is to slow down, to realign, connect to your trust in Source or your higher power or your individual God self, whichever or all that you connect with, and do something to exercise what's happening in the mind. Express it, get it out onto paper, talk it out, whatever it is that you need to do to get the mind out of churning and burning and hurting yourself. The colors of the Page of Swords tells me that your personal power is being choked by this situation. The body of the woman on the card is covered in wood, so it is likely that you could be feeling pent in or caged. What if the problems that you're trying to solve or the things that you're worried about were already handled? What if it was already done? Embrace the beginning of this week as if it's already done. Play the game of life and trust yourself. Might be a good week to journal how this process works for you so that you can see what your own power is like when it's no longer caged. Middle of the week, 5 of Clouds comparison, clarified by 6 of Clouds, the burden, further clarified by card 3 of the Major Arcana, creativity. The 5 of Clouds is about how we compare ourselves to other people, to other things. If you are a content creator or creating in any regard, there is sometimes a judgment of self that comes from, it's beyond the I'm not good enough feeling. It's looking at somebody else's chapter 15 and you're on chapter 5 of your own story, and you're comparing your chapter 5 to their chapter 15. The middle of this week is saying that the oak tree is just as important and just as valuable as the bamboo, and comparing the two can really shut down your connection to your heart, your personal power, your creativity. These things can even block you from connections with people who are on that chapter 15 that can help mentor you, even if it's just by way of your natural contact with them, right? Like, I'm not talking about closed door formal mentorship either. Like, sometimes just being around somebody who's doing something can teach you things. Allow yourself to see that other person as the oak tree and you as the bamboo, or whichever one works for you. But let that be and understand that they're on that chapter 15 and you're on your chapter 5, or vice versa, depending on, what your position is, right? Understand where you are and let that be okay. Let that be a step in your journey instead of the burden, the thing that's holding you down and keeping you from the full expression of your creative power. The Six of Clouds is a card of being weighed down. Go faster, try harder, press, 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 press. And as you look at it, the person is carrying somebody who, they're in rich finery and they're not even tired or sweating, and they're carrying this rooster on top of their head, and the person is exhausted. Their clothes are tattered. This is a sign that these burdens that you carry, they might be real, but they're also illusions. They're holding you back. You look at the colors of the card, the power, the mastery, the spiritual connection are available and dawning, but you can't connect to them because you're so tired. You're looking where this burden has pointed you instead of looking at the landscape. These cards clarified by card 3 in the Major Arcana tell me that there is richness, there is abundance, there is the spirit of creativity, and these are alchemical symbols, which to me, as I'm looking at them, mean that the surprise of creation is available to you. The spirit of each of these things, from the water, flowers, rainbows, the sun and the moon, the stars on her hair, all of the colors in this card tell me that there are things available both from source and yourself that you have yet to tap into, and these things might be desperately needed. This is, again, reaffirming from the beginning of the week, slow down, connect to yourself, really embrace purging judgments, comparisons, the busy mind that's trying to chatter and solve and control by thinking and worrying. Get into that spirit of creativity. Make time, even if you've only got 5 minutes. Leave yourself a recording if you need to, but get out of your head. Get out of the modern world constraints. Get into your body. If you can, get into nature and get that creativity unlocked with connection. Moving on to the end of the week. The end of the week is full of major arcana. These are gifts from source. These are when things are happening for you, not to you. Card 19, Innocence, tells us that there is a time of sweetness available to us. The old man in the card is looking at this grasshopper in the childlike joy and wonder of a child. But he has with him the wisdom of his years, the wisdom of experience, the wisdom that comes from finding grace. Above him are the cherry blossoms. These are the ones that indicate to me the sweetness. It is a response to what is radiating from within this person. Clarified by existence. This being earlier in the deck, this is a card of deep observation, contemplation, and receptivity. This woman is on this massive leaf. She's not worried about her support. She's completely naked. She doesn't have any pretense. She's observing the cosmos, observing the stars, observing space, feeling deeply the rhythms and breath, the inspiration and exhalation of everything. Knowing that even as she sits, from outside perspective doing nothing, she is absolutely connected, participating, and absolutely necessary. This quality of existence is one that is deeply necessary in our modern world, because so much of what it is that we have available to us puts pressure on us from the outside to hurry, 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 and to be something that we may not have the capacity for. Observation of these patterns, observation of these cycles, observation of the breath and the movement of existence is important to sync up our own bodies and our own cycles too, so that we don't get out of step with the rhythms and the needs of our own lives. Clarified by silence. Card 17. I will read it to you from the book. The silent, mirror-like receptiveness of a star-filled night with a full moon is reflected in the misty lake below. The face in the sky is deep in meditation, a goddess of the night who brings depth, peace, and understanding. The end of this week feels like a level up in the depth and expansiveness of our personal growth and our personal development. It is a place where if we are able to connect to our child self and balance that with our adult self, observe, be with our lives in a participatory way without trying to grasp onto it or control it. This is participating with the rhythm of existence as we are able. I feel like the quality of card 17, the quality of that silence card is available to us. See how at the third eye there is the full moon is there, and it is the brightest image in the card other than the stars. It is the biggest and brightest image. That quality of being able to connect to our inner discernment, our inner eye. It is the part of us that has mastery over intuition. It is above the communication chakra, so our ability to speak, our ability to discern, our ability to see what's within us as well as with our extra perceptions are very strong. When these qualities are met, when these conditions exist, allow yourself the opportunity to meet yourself in this way if you haven't already. There is deep peace despite all of the things going on around us in the world. There is deep peace, deep grace, sweetness available to us this week by the end of the week as we allow ourselves to let our mind exhale and rest. And remember, you've got this. If you found value from this video, please leave me a like, drop me a comment down below, let me know how your week has gone. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to my channel. This is Tanisha Ahava. It has been a pleasure serving you. I'll see y'all in the next one.